What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room. And this is where we at now. So, of course, apparently here, Miss Omar had a town hall meeting here recently, just the other night, and she got sprayed with some type of liquid by some idiot in the fucking audience. Now, listen, look, I don't agree with what this fool did. I'm not on the side of anybody doing anything egregious to anyone. Okay. But listen, look, this is the thing here. I'm trying to figure out what's really going on here because, we've had definitely in Minnesota, it's been a lot of crazy stuff going on. It's been a lot of leftists out there doing a lot of crazy stuff with these protesters. They're wilding out, interfering with law enforcement, a lot of crazy stuff. And I'm just wondering if, you know, the the show may have been put on. And I'm asking this for a reason because, of course, I haven't seen anybody from like the right or either the far right commit any crimes against anybody on the left, like just in on TV, anything like that. So you know what I'm saying? Everybody talking about getting threats and shit like that. Like, okay, maybe not. We really don't know how to justify that. But we're gonna go here now. We're gonna check some things out. We're gonna see what's going on. Quarters, nickels, and dimes.
Abolishment of the agency. ICE cannot be reformed. It cannot be rehabilitated. We must abolish ICE for good. And DHS Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment.
Now, my thing is, I grew up over here my whole life. And I'm going to speak on this real quick that she just said. I grew up over here my whole life. And she's, in, this position in our government and stuff like that. And she's trying to tell Americans that grew up over here, that has lineage here, that we need to get rid of somebody in office that we overwhelmingly voted for, technically. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just tired of people coming over here trying to tell us what to do. And we grew up over here. We got ancestors here. Plenty of our ancestors are buried on this soil, shed blood on this soil. I'm just tired of people coming over here trying to tell us what to do. It's ridiculous.
I don't know.
Oh my God, he sprayed something on her.
I need a napkin to know nothing. No, we will continue.
No. Ilhan, you need to go get checked.
No, we will continue. These fucking assholes are not going to get away with it.
You need to go get checked. No, you don't know what That's whatever this smells so bad. She needs to go get checked. I don't know
that's what they want.
No, it's not about him, Ilhan. It's not about him. It's about your safety. No, he sprayed something on you. You need to go get checked. Yeah, and it smells terrible.
We're gonna keep talking. Just give me 10 minutes. Just give me 10 minutes. I beg you. Please don't let them have the show. 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 Here is the reality that people like this ugly man don't understand. We are Minnesota strong, and we will stay resilient in the face of whatever they might throw at us. Everybody settle down. I'm going to finish my remarks. It is important for me to continue to lead my Democratic colleagues in demanding her resignation.
So, I find it also amazing, knowing the nature of women that, if you just, let's just say, you walking down the street and some chick just gets sprayed with something that she don't know what's going on, none of that, she gonna freak out. A normal woman would freak out after something like that. Now she's standing there still talking about let's go on, stuff like that. You don't know what this dude really sprayed you with. It could be something that's a silent creeper, no scent, things like that. You don't know what's going on. You need to go immediately get checked out. I'm just saying, it makes no sense to me to sit here and have this type of overwhelming amount of pride when you don't know what's going on, unless you know what's going on. All I'm saying is, though, that's all I'm saying. So we're gonna keep going because she did a response to the situation. She talked about what she thought about the situation and things like that. Let's go here now.
Any concern about doing events like this? Any fear after what happened to you last night at a town hall meeting?
Well, I think my presence here should tell you that the fear and intimidation doesn't work on me. And you know, you and I have talked about this many a times. This the president's rhetoric, the attacks from him since I've gotten into public office from the right wing has always been really to stop me from being in public service, to intimidate me, to make me want to quit. And
so is she automatically trying to blame the radical left or what? I mean, the radical right or the right for this attack on her and things like that? Is that what's being said here? What's going on? I'm trying to figure this out because listen, look, you know, we haven't seen anybody from the right or whatever, you know, do anything egregious in the news. We haven't heard nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? Dude didn't say whether he was a left or right, none of that shit. Now, you know, we just, you know, we're trying to figure this out here. So, you know, if a Democrat gets attacked, it's automatically the right that's doing it. I mean, I'm just asking the questions here.
my only message is it hasn't worked thus far and it's not going to work in the future. You know, blame is very interesting, but facts are more important. And what the facts have shown since I've gotten into elected office is that every time the president of the United States has chosen to use hateful rhetoric to talk about me and the community that I represent, my death threats skyrocket. For 4 years, since when he was in office, the first 2 years I was state rep, and the last 2 years I was a member of Congress. It was maybe my second or third week when he started attacking me. I became a freshman who nobody should have actually known I existed because I wielded no power, to having the most death threats of any member of Congress.
Lord, I wonder if we can find the numbers on that. Probably could, but who knows? You know, it's wild out here. So of course they got the guy in custody. You know, they tackled him, so it's not like he was going anywhere. So we're going to see what's going on here now.
Yes, we begin with Doug Lazater, who is live in Washington with the very latest on the Minnesota protests and what lawmakers are saying today as both sides, Doug, try to de-escalate the situation.
Carly and Todd, good morning. President Trump hoping to turn down the temperature now in Minneapolis. But if anything, this battle over immigration enforcement may be getting more heated. Take a look at what happened last night at a town hall event there with Democratic Congresswoman Ilhan Omar.
DHS Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment. I don't know.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. He sprayed something on her.
I need a napkin to know nothing. No, we will continue.
No. Ilhan, you need to go get checked. No,
We will continue. Not going to get away with it.
Omar was confronted and sprayed by a man there in the audience. It's not clear what the substance was, and Omar later said she was okay. The man, identified as 55-year-old Anthony Kazmierzik, was arrested. No word yet on motive, but as you heard, Omar had just called for the firing of DHS Secretary Kristi Noem. She had also called for ICE to be abolished. President Trump yesterday traveling to Iowa saying he still backs Noem, even as he sent Border Czar Tom Homan to take over operations in Minnesota.
With the shift in Minneapolis and Tom Homan going to Minnesota, do you still have confidence in DHS Secretary Kristi Noem? You brought up the success at the border.
Look,
you do.
She was there with the border. Who closed up the border? She did, with Tom Homan, with the whole group. I mean, they closed up the border. The border is a tremendous success, one of the most secure borders in the entire world.
Now, as for the attack on Omar, here's what U.S. Capitol Police are saying. A man is in custody after he decided to assault a member of Congress, an unacceptable decision that will be met with swift justice. We are now working with our federal partners to see this man faces the most serious charges possible to deter this kind of violence in our society. And Capitol Police, by the way, they say that threats against lawmakers rose by about 50% last year. Todd and Carl.
So this is where we at. Of course, you know, he's locked up. I still want to know what that was that he sprayed on her and things like that. I think we are entitled to know that information. And also too, yeah, I'm just shocked that, you know, she would be so calm with getting sprayed with something that she had no idea what it was. Like, you know, that okay, all right. You know, everybody's strong and powerful. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, because, you know, for the longest now, we really haven't had anybody on, I guess, the right or the far right or whatever to be in the news and do anything to anybody on the left and stuff like that. So, you know, I could see how this could, you know, manifest itself into something like that. And we don't even really know this man's political, you know, affiliation or anything like that. You know, so I could see how, you know, people would jump to conclusions here and, you know, as far as what's going on with what's happening in Minnesota and a lot of different things in a lot of different places. But I think this is an ongoing situation. We definitely need to figure out what's going on with this dude here, what's happening, you know, be it a orchestrated play, or if this dude is really a fucking lunatic and they need to throw his ass up under the jail. But it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.